Welcome to Work Life Cyber. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe and hit the notification button so that you will be notified every time I put some food for your brains. I'm going to go straight to the point because I am in between work. I took a break to do this quick video. If you want to transition or become a cybersecurity person or an IT personnel, do these things first. I know what I'm about to say will look unnecessary, but I promise you, if you do these, how many are they? 5 things. I bet you, or it could be 6. I think I missed one, but I will be looking down a lot on my nose. The first thing I want you to do is to spend some time figuring out what you want to actually do in IT. As you already know or will find out very soon, IT is so broad. Oh my goodness, is wide. The things you can do is a lot. That if you don't spend time to figure out what it is makes you happy, to figure out what it is you want to do in IT, you're going to regret. You're going to spend way too much time not doing anything because there's so much to learn, there's so much to do before you actually get a job, that if you don't take that 1 month, that 6 weeks, that 3 months to figure out, to research and invest in knowing exactly what you want in IT, you will waste a lot of time doing everything. You will never be ready if you don't strategize, if you don't zoom in on what exactly you want to be in IT. There is compliance, there's data analytics, there is actual vulnerability testing, risk management, third-party security. There is actual cybersecurity engineering, which is more on the technical side. So figure out what makes you happy. Are you the type who will be great with documentation and following up and trying to make sure patches and updates are done? Then you will probably be amazing with vulnerability management or cybersecurity compliance, not cybersecurity engineering. Figure these things out. Are you more of a technical person? As you will know, you don't have to be technical to be in, you don't always have to be technical to be in IT. The people who are technical can go in the technical side, and then there's the documentation side where and compliance and all these guidance and control management, who are not necessarily technical. You probably have to know a few jargons and a few names, but you don't have to be technical. So figure out, I started off in compliance. Right now I'm working in compliance, but I am switching to the technical side because I love tech. I just love tech. So all that journey is going to be documented and recorded. I'm going to share that with you. We're going to learn together. We're going to research together. We're going to cry together. It's a lot of work, and I'm all up for it. So number one is spend time. Don't rush this process. You will regret it if you just jump into IT. Do not rush this point. This number one thing, spend time figuring out what you want to do in IT. At this point, I am figuring that, or I'm assuming, and never assume in IT, I am assuming that you're already certain that you want to be in IT. You just don't know whether to be in the compliance side or to be in the technical side. So that's when you're going to do the research. Zoom in on 2, zoom in maybe on 3, then on 2, then on 1 that you want to be. You can actually even try to be 2 things at the same time. And then once you start actually working for it, you can be like, okay, you know what? I like this better than I do this. So please Spend research, do YouTube videos, figure out what. I don't like a day in a life because they really don't talk about what they are actually doing. So the best way to do it is literally start learning about it. Take introductory courses, read researches and what is happening in the world that you're interested in, sign up for newsletters and see if it's something you want to do. Another very quick way that helped me is that I started putting in going into Indeed, Glassdoor, ZipRecruiter. Monster is no longer there, but I think Career Builder bought it or something. Going into all these job websites and then looking at the job descriptions to see if it was something I was interested in. Like if you see that it's heavy on documentation and you're not intrigued by it, you type in another request to see another keyword to see if that will be something that is of interest to you. So research, find people who are already doing it and speak to them. People like me will I'm more than ready to help when people ask questions. And the reason I don't like a day in a life is because of disclosures and agreements. You can't really post what you're doing. So nobody really says anything when they say that they are posting about a day in their lives. I am talking to my boss right now to see if there is a way to showcase what I do without showing too much, but like if I can get a test environment, so we'll see how that goes. He said no, but I'm not stopping there. The next thing I'm going to say is once you figured out what you want to do not sign up for a boot camp. Do not if you are not in college yet, do not even go to college yet. There are so many free courses that if you want to be a data analytics analyst, you can take those free courses. If it's 3 months, if it's 6 weeks, if it's 2 weeks, figure out that's a very best way to do the introductory courses to see if it's something you want to stick with. The reason I'm saying don't start with college yet, if that's your route, is that college courses let you take so many things that will not let you know what you really want to be until you're in your third year. So you would have wasted a lot of time. Well, you wouldn't have wasted a lot of time because you can still always switch even in your third year because the basic first and second year would have been the same anyway, but it would be beneficial if you already know what you're doing by your third year, correct? So go online. I recommend CS50 as I think it's Harvard or Stanford or MIT, where they have different kinds of schools. It's free on YouTube. CS50, none of these is sponsored. That's how I did it. CS50 is like Computer Science 50, and it talks about the basics of computer science. You can do that one, or you can do Cybery. You can simply Google YouTube free courses, Simply Learn. There are so many free courses. I do not want you to start paying money for until you are 100% sure. Again, do not rush the process. I know you're eager, you want to get into it, you want to start applying, but if you don't do it right, you're going to waste a lot of time. So take these free courses. And 3, this is daunting a little bit. Start applying to jobs. The reason I am saying this is that what do you lose? You're not ready. Yes, you will never be ready, to be honest. Once you know what you want to do, you have a little knowledge about it. And again, a little knowledge as in getting into IT is hard work. So just be ready for it. So once you've done a little bit of work, start applying. What is the worst they can say? No. But what is the greatest thing that can come out of it? Immediately after every interview, as much as you can, write all the questions down and work with those questions. And always ask them, what is your day-to-day like? And secondly, ask them what they think you fell short. I ask this all the time. They love this question. It's a little bit awkward, but get used to it. Just be like, what do you think I'm missing after this? What do you think about this interview? I want to better myself. Is there any recommendations? They are amazing. Some people will say, well, just keep studying or something because they don't want. But for the most part, I have had so many. One interviewer said I talked too much. They did hire me. just so you know. He said I talked too much. When they asked the question, he felt like I answered in the first few questions. I mean, the first few sentences, and then I just kept going. So they wanted me to go into the mirror and practice that I will not exceed 90 seconds for any questions. 90 seconds is an hour 15, an hour 30 minutes. So, and I did practice. They did hire me. I ended up not taking it because I got a better offer somewhere else. So, but they love it, and it makes them see that you are proactive or something. But yeah, so look for the job descriptions, apply. The worst they can say is we regret, unfortunately we are going to go with someone else, but it will give you the confidence. You will build your confidence, and it will give you an idea of what is going on. So by the time you're actually ready, you would have mastered the interview. The more you do interviews, the better you become. So yes, you're not ready, but the job is not going to come to you anyway, so you might as well use them for practice. And hey, you may never know, they will hire you. Yeah, you just may never know. And the third thing I want you to do is to learn on the job. Learn on the job. Like find people who are already doing it. It's going to be hard, but if you go on YouTube, if you go on, not YouTube, maybe Facebook groups, and you join these groups, some are very generous to let you know. And places like ServiceNow, places like most of the tools, Nexus, and you will come to learn all these things. Find out the tools that you need in your field. Go on their website. They always have demos. They always have things that you can do. They always have free training. Do them. Google has a lot of free training with demonstrations and virtual worlds that you can download. Learn these things. Don't joke with them. Learn them. Now that you have some hands-on experience and some, get professional training. Paid, structured training if you need it. I'm saying now you don't have a job yet. You haven't probably gone to the university. If the university is where you want to go, now that you have narrowed down things, apply to the university you want to go. But if boot camp or training or certification is what you want to, the route you want to go, now is the time to do that. You get certifications under your belt, and don't be a certification junkie. You cannot be one person with 7 certifications. No one will hire you because they will automatically think they cannot afford you. Look at the basic certification that is needed in, let's say you want to be a data analyst, you do that. If you want to be a cybersecurity engineer, you look for the top 2 certificates. By doing your research and by checking, remember the job applications that you were looking at, the job descriptions, see what is most requested. If it's Security Plus, you get it. And there's going to be a video where I talk about what certifications are top for what job descriptions. And so tune in for that. And my final one that I will say is keep learning and keep building your resume. You can always add to your resume, always, even if you know the step that you're applying to job, if by any crazy reason you get a job, that's when your resume building starts from there. No, it doesn't start from when you don't have experience, because I feel like unless you're lying on your resume, you really don't have any experience until you have experience. So you learn, and once you have a job, you're learning on the job. Ask your bosses, take any opportunity to learn. So do these things to get into IT. It's hard work. But really, if it was handed in your hand on a silver platter, will you be even interested in such non-challenging quest? Be motivated by the fact that only a few can be in IT. and you decide to be part of that few. A friend of mine puts it in a very, very good way by saying, if it was that easy, everybody will be doing it. So have a passion for what you do and go hard at it. Yeah, thank you again for tuning in to Work Life Cyber. I am excited to be here and I am looking forward to all of us thriving. Love you and see you in the next video. Bye.